Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to an installment of the Quickview series. This one is a break. It's a break for a good friend of ours because the tire on the bench today is this big hank of rubber. It's the Carwler. The RSRC Carwler. Is it Carwler on both sides? It is the Carwler. It's Swampy Swampers. It's a little swampy, little interco action. This is Ally Express sourced. It is big. It is beautiful. That's what. You ever been to a Pep Boys? You know what a Pep Boys is? Smells like a Pep Boys. You ever been in a tire center? Smells exactly like a tire center. Doesn't quite Starsky as much as we would think it would. It is big. Sidewall says 136 by 58. Big. Also, thicky pudding. No ribbing, no belting, except for that. That was fun. There's a vent hole. That was fun to punch through. When they sealed the halves together, we got that big ribby through the middle. The rubber is whopping thick. There's our guy. There's our elevator that will take every tire that it fits to that little bit of a next level. Will it make every tire huzzah? No. But it can make an awful tire less awful. You heard that 136, so you know Baseline doesn't have to go today. That's why Baseline's happy about the whole thing. That means our good Class 3 tire test buddy is being saddled with the Carwler. There is one positive takeaway from, and it is a near perfect fit of that Injora 525 silicone. There is one positive takeaway for me in this. They have a very big bead lip, so the other three, you basically just set that down. It's right in there. I had no bead pops. Don't you betray me, number 4. They just fell together. Oh, the beauty. There's a positive takeaway about this. We're talking about a bead where I can just, with light finger pressure, it's basically touching. It does make it much easier to mount a tire when you don't have to worry about it popping a bead. And I think we have very low chances of popping a bead because there's just no resistance here. I've got a stripped out hole in this set of bead locks. This set of bead locks is nearing the end of its service life. The very economical Amazon bead, it's that one. So we use what's supposed to be a helper screw. The inexpensive Amazon bead locks are not designed to be put together and taken apart 100 times, which is what test wheels end up doing. So we can get a good number of tests, probably 25 tests out of the set, and then they're pretty well shot. Okay, so with a silicone, we're definitely over 136. We're 139, which is not hugely over, but that is let's call it 545, right around there. And a little narrower than advertised at 56, which is 2 3/16, 2.187. Is that right? Is that 3/16, 187? Feels right in my head. They're big. With the silicone in them, they are not light. I'm gonna say north of 300 grams for these. There's gonna be a little bit of a flywheel effect. Yeah, a little bit north of 300. It goes up as we tilt it. 373 grams per corner. Quick math. Woof. 1.5 kilos of wheelos, and man, can you feel it. The Carwler. Here's the thing about the Carwler. There is an advantage to scale to a degree. A tire that is too wide has less issues than a tire that's too narrow, because if your PSI on a tire is too high, it's going to make that tire act weird. It's going to roll sidewall. It's going to do stuff. If your PSI is too low, and I don't think it is too low, I'm actually getting decent bag on these. I mean, my expectations are respectably low. They are huge. These are stompers. And let's not forget that this guy is 3 kilos, 3,000 grams in his normal RTR configuration, and we just put about 1,500 grams of wheels and tires on him, which means at least 1,000 grams of unsprung but rotating. Yeah, it's going to be really, really difficult. Like, the amount of weight that is being exerted right there just to try to get this up. Yeah, you're going to have to get this guy really messy to get it to snap out on us. Now, where's that level of generated traction going to fall? No idea. Don't know what to tell you. It's probably not going to be earth-shattering, but what I have hopes for, at least, is just don't be terrible, Carwler. Don't be terrible. Everybody got to earn their stripes. Like Dennis the Menace, regardless of what class you're testing tires for, Baseline has definitely earned his keep many times over. Wolverine, I think, still sits in a position of having tested more tires that are good than tires that are bad. So this might be a day that he picks up a couple stripes. We're going to find out. Class 3 tire test protocol. The 10 stations. It is more difficult than the Class 2 protocol, as one would imagine. And that shock is aiming backwards. There you go, buddy. We're going to battery him up. We're going to head on out. We're going to hit the 10 stations. And we're going to see how we can do on a set of RSRC Carwlers. Just hire, guys, just companies. Just hire one guy that speaks English. Just one guy. We can avoid so much Ningway Burvis Carwlers. Just name these like Rock Assassins or something, and people will be like, oh, what? Do those say Rock Assassins? Or like, get Ninja in there somewhere. Something. You any name for a cat. Anything. Panthers, cougars, pumas, mountain lions. Whatever, which I realize, yes, those are all basically the same cat. Any lions, any cat, tigers, any cat name on the side of a tire is going to absolutely work. You could probably get away with about half the bird names. Anyway, Carwlers, Class 3. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, 68 2080. The Carwler. Siliconed Carwler. They are extraordinarily loud on the drive back. Potentially a bit of lug height. They sound like, what's up, bro? He's got a very flat brim on his hat. Whoa, Mickey Thompson's howling down the freeway. We got a little bit of that. Oh, yeah. What you want to see in a Class 3 tire is low precision, a lot of dropbacks, tremendous amount of lug noise, a lot of hop, inability to complete the maneuver. So we're splitting the wheelbase right here. We've got front tires up on top of the ledge. We've got the rear tires down below the two beans, respectively. And we have virtually no ability to pull over it. Carwler. Any amount of steering input is going to result in a drop back. Okay, now that's just... Let's be honest, that's just impressive. Like that amount of throttle, 1.5 kilos of rotating mass just by flywheel effect alone. There you go. They are dull and loud. They do not go where you want them to go. A genuinely real slow, saved by the flywheel there a little bit. What I would regard as an impressive lack of forward drive. Just so little forward drive. And we're getting, let me get that front up there. We're getting a decent amount of deflection. There we go. A nice crease on the sidewall right there. We could probably get a little more deflection out of them, but it's not going to matter. The height of the lug and the thickness of the lug and the thickness of the carcass and the rib down the center and all of the things are just operating against it. I would say 7.5. Like it can do it. Well, okay. Here will be the decider between a 7.5 and a 7. Yeah. It's a 7.5. It does it, and it does not do it well. Again, 68 degrees and 80% relative humidity should be go time for most any tire. This is as good as a tire can do in this condition. Oh, that push though. Oh, hey. Like, we're generating enough downward force to make the tire sort of go where we want it to go. They are really very bouncy. Ooh, 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 ooh. About as precise as an asteroid. I had thought for a moment, I had given consideration. I was like, you know what? Something slightly better than a 7.5. No, rescinded. It can do it, but not well. Like, we can just do the things, and there is a level of imprecision in the midst where you're like, next time, maybe not. We have now transitioned into the perfectly wrong time of morning. The shadows are sharp and deep. Oh, there it is. There it is. It won't even. It won't even stay up at the transition. We've seen tires in the past where they have a lack of traction, but just enough to to pull the transition at the end. Yellows to pull the transition. This one doesn't really have enough Come on, come on. There we go. That is a make based on just an overall lack of traction. In the midst of the side hill, it's just poor. Like it is falling away from me the whole time. It does have substantial enough of a side lug that if you get too much side lugular involvement, it will pivot around that tire. Mostly, I think, again, mass drivers here. Like, you just listen. You look and you listen, and the tires clunk, thunk, clunk, thunk. The turn circle is certainly flywheel influenced. Turning circle is probably 50% larger than what we're used to. Okay, gonna go no input on steering right here. just absolutely muscled out of the way. Absolutely muscled out of the way. It's flipping and it's flopping. The volley is back on our side of the court. This tire is just the perfect example of does it, but not well. What? To wheels, no less. we shouldn't be getting stuck. Yes, and as you saw at Slick Rock, very responsive to extreme levels of throttle. And by responsive, I mean it's not going to do anything weird. It's not going to bolt out to the sides on you. It's not going to backflip on you. It's just going to kind of slippity slide around. And that's what we're seeing. A whole lot of 7.5s. The Carwler's biography would be titled, "I did it!" Exclamation point. Parentheses, but not well. That's a lot of hop. Consider the hop. Consider 307, was it 373? 373 grams per corner. Like whenever I think, oh, it's pulling some grip, we're gonna have to throw a different score into the mix. No, we're not. No, we're not. It did it. It did that line in Daphne's, but not well. You better, listen, I'm pointing at you. Carwler, you better keep it up. You better keep up this sustained level of absolute mediocrity, because I don't want to see you fiving on anything and messing up the score. So good. Is it positionable? Ultimately, yeah. Does it have a nearly unbelievable lack of forward drive? Look at that rear tire just fully deflate. Go slower, slower. Catch and release, catch and release, catch and release. We've genuinely achieved something impressive. Carwler. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. The ability to sit right there, zero mechanical. We have points of grip at all four tires. If I were to take virtually any vehicle on virtually any tire setup and set it in that spot, we could pull through at near minimum throttle, at startup throttle. We could pull through there. But not these. Look at that rear tire just smashing. I happily grant thee a 7.5. Now listen to me and listen to me well, Carwler. You really only have to just... You got to make one of the aspects here. There you go, buddy. There you go. You got it. Oh my God. Just Tokyo drifted. I genuinely don't know if I can recall a tire that executed the full side slide. There's just like, come on, come on. It's like somebody put him in the freezer. There's no precision. There's basically no control in this tire. When it grips, it does so out of a basic application of physics. These things obtain traction the same way a train does. Like, we're applying an amount of weight onto a rotating surface against a stationary surface, and sometimes it lets us go forward. But unlike a rail and a train wheel? Are they just wheels? You know, they got that shape on them that keeps them on the rail. These don't have the shape to keep them on the rail. Unbelievable. Are we good, guy? He says, yeah, we're good. You gotta watch out, like I say, the flywheel, man. Yeah, it is a solid festival of 7.5s. Is it actually worse than that? Oh, 100%. Realistically. It should be a 5 at Tumbledore. I mean, terrible. Not the least grip we've ever seen. Nevertheless, an impressively low amount of it. The amount of unrequested lateral movement is truly something. Boy, when you're heading downhill, these will take you there. Starting to learn that about 35 to 40% throttle is where it likes to go. Sidewall should do fine because the amount of force that you would need to generate to roll this thing sideways is greater than the amount of, like right there. There we go. There we go. Flywheels fighting flywheels. That was flywheel on flywheel crime. Gonna knock that white one, I know it. Maybe we can get them both. Bow, bow. Double slammer. It does it. It does not do it well. I see little to no chance of this tire scoring anything at any point above a 7.5. My third eye just gazed ahead to the problem in my plans of hope of the 75.0, which is the obstacle after this one. Gate 5 at front 9, Hans Booby. Do you know how many tires I've tested in this size? This like 135 size that can flawlessly and effortlessly hard side, soft side, center cut, and not today. Get it? Nope. More throttle. There you go. Oh, come on, you gotta finish. There you go. Oh, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Horrible. Horrible. Nope. Don't like that. Precedent setting. I would call it the worst bump I've ever seen. You can't get it to land in the same place twice. And because we have such low level of drive, it's just terrible. It's absolutely terrible. The flywheel effect is amplified too much, I think, to the point where it's working against us in a situation where nothing about the tire's configuration is working for us. It can bump, so it can't get a 5. It's gonna get a 7.5. That was that was at best a 6 at Daphne's third. Still gonna get a 7.5. We're gonna adjust the score when we get to the end. We're gonna have to, because the odds of this getting up and over gate 5, even if it knocks both golf balls off, just the odds of it getting up and over are microscopic. If total grip were measured on a scale of 1 to 10, like total forward drive, I'd put these at like a 3. Now, if total available grip was evaluated based on all available materials, then, I mean, obviously we're gonna move a little bit higher. If the tire was made of wood, I think it would grip less, a little bit less compliance there. Steel. You got this. Carwler, you got this. Don't worry about the golf ball. Hit it if you must. Okay. Stay. I can't give you more than a few more. We're gonna run out of battery. Wolverine, you use all your focus and you get that Carwler up over the top of that bucket. Go as high as you need. 7.5. It did it, and it did it terribly. Now, Carwler, I need you to understand, regardless of how much application, yeah, it's exactly the same. Nothing has changed. Without regard to how much throttle it takes to get up over this, you're gonna need to do it. I need you to employ dark magics, whatever it takes you to get up over this on wet, to get a 7.5. I need you to do it. because I was doing the thought math, and I was like, yeah, I would have bumped the score up at staircase. Would have bumped up there. Would have deducted at Daphne's third. Would have called it at best a 6 at Hans Bubby. A little better in wet. Basically, what I'm saying here is that it would pick up, I would give it another half a point on wet compared to its dry traction. Ooh, let's see. Let's see. The wetter they get, the worser they is. But now we go over to a dry with a cleaned off tire, and it's not any better. It's a score kind of interpolated on the fly. Is the Carwler actually better than a 75? Maybe. Is it probably actually worse than a 75? Almost certainly. 75 for a tire of that size is way down there. That puts us right between the 2.2 fake Baja Claw and the G-Made MT1901. Is that right? No. Right between the fake Baja Claw and the fake Hyrax. No one has previously scored a 75.0, and there were tires like the RSRC Taoon. They got like an 80. Boom Racing Max Grappler, Jollicar's Tiger Dog Blaze. These are worse than the Red Cat SS M16. And I would say that. The Red Cat SS M16 scored a 77.6, which is god-awful. These, I think, would probably get you... No, they're awful. They're absolutely terrible. They're a continuation of an industry with no desire to make good things. 75.0, a new standard of futility. A tire of this size, a 136 millimeter tire that scores a 75 is catastrophic. It is nearly unbelievable how low the level of traction there is, because we have already established in the past that if you hot glue a foam onto the outside of a plastic wheel, you can get more traction than that. You can get more traction than what's sitting on there with some slicks. They've actually made a tire with less grip than something that isn't a tire. And that is, in and of itself, impressive on at least some level. So take that at least away with you. Do not, under any circumstances, purchase the Carwler. They are truly, truly terrible. 75.0 would be in 74th or 75th. Mid-70s on the leaderboard. Mid-70s. Which, of a tire of that size, is the second worst. It is the second worst one. The worst of that size. Is it the Hustler? No, it's the Super Berkirk. The 2.2 Super Berkirk was somehow even worse than these. Because they weren't winky and fun. These made me laugh. So you'd get a solid 75 if just for the LAFFS laughs. Another firmly in the list of do not buy. And as of today, how many tires are below the fold? A lot. We are closing in on, we have to be getting near to, there's at least 75 tires tested that are below 93, which is, God, I wish I could say it was unthinkable, but it's real and it has happened. And these are right there, establishing a new standard. I thank you for coming along with us, everybody. The phrase, when it comes to testing tires, the phrase, you can't win them all, doesn't even begin to cover it. Because we're not even batting 200 in baseball terminology. That means that out of every 10 at-bats, we get 2 hits. I would say it's less than that. I would say that we don't even hit the baseball. Like, we don't even make contact half the time. We don't get a hit 20% of the time. And we don't get something truly good, 5% of the time? 5 out of 100 seems about right. Oy, oy, oy. Anyway, I hope your day's going better than Wolverine's has been. I hope it continues to do so. I hope that you come and see us again real soon here in the canyon. I hope that in between now and then you win, and I'll do your very best. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you again here from the canyon. Wolverine desperately wants to go back into the workshop and take those shoes off.